This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Nevada. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Nevada and Learfield.
Gather round, y'all. Hello and welcome to Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. From our Nevada Sportsnet studio, I'm your boy, Mike Stephenson. Tonight, per usual, we have a plethora of pack content for your viewing pleasure, highlights, scores, features, and more. We're going to begin with Week 2 for Nevada football, of course, the Mackey Stadium debut for the 2025 Wolfpack, with Sacramento State making the short trip to the biggest little city. Your highlights of the Hornets and the Wolfpack are delivered by BTX Logistics. The first meeting between these two programs since 2004. We're going to jump into the second quarter. It was 10-3 Sacramento State before Herschel Turner took off, giving the home fans something to cheer about. It's a 30-yard run, and it would keep the Pack's drive going. That drive would end in pay dirt with Chubba Purdy punching it in for his first rushing touchdown as a part of the Pack. That would tie the game at 10. The Silver and Blue has swallowed up a bunch of momentum at this point. But the next play from scrimmage, Sac State scoops it right back. Quarterback Cardale Williams up for Ernest Campbell, and he gets behind the defense. 75 yards. Just like that, the Hornets are back ahead 17-10. It was 17-13 at the half. Nevada's opening drive looked promising in the third before Purdy's pass is off the fingers and picked by Koa Akui, his second interception of the game. Hornets, though, would not turn that in to points. The Pack had more chances to make some noise. They're going for it on 4th and 6 early in the fourth. Purdy and Marcus Bellin not on the same page. Later, this kind of felt like 4th and ball game. About 2.5 to go. It's a 4th and short. Again, the incompletion toward Bellin. That one tipped at the line. 2:26 to go. Felt like Sac State at this point just needed a first down and this game's over. Instead, it's going the other way. Credit Thomas Whitty with the pressure. Jonathan Maldonado, the pick six. A monumental moment in this contest as Nevada now has a 20-17 lead, but still needs a stop. Sac State would have chances. Actually, on back-to-back plays, scored touchdowns with holding penalties calling them back. So they'd have to try to tie it 42 yards out. Grant Meters, no good. And that's the game. Call them the Cardiac Pack. Nevada beats Sacramento State 20-17.
I mean, it's super unreal, man. I catch the ball. It feels like a video game, if I'm being honest. I catch the ball, I run into the end zone. I'm like, did I really just score? The crowd's going crazy and stuff like that. I run to the sideline. I think it really hit me when I see my first teammate where it's like, man, I really made an impact play and we have a chance to win this football game. So just that feeling, I mean, it's unreal. I think it's super undescribable, but I know damn well it feels good.
Second game, first home game, we were excited. A lot of juices were flowing, so we got to come back in tomorrow, break down the film, take a couple butt chewings, and move forward.
All right, so the Wolfpack snags its first win of the young season and will get more home cooking next Saturday when Middle Tennessee State invades Mackey. It is the first ever meeting between the Silver and Blue and the Blue Raiders. That game set for September 13th at 2. It's another one we're going to have live for you over on Nevada Sportsnet. As for later on Wolfpack All Access, we're featuring running back Caleb Ramseur, who in his final collegiate season is cradling a football and 2 young kids. But first, a chat with the head man. Our conversation with Jeff Choate is next on Wolfpack All Access.
Williams will throw. Has the ball tipped and intercepted. Going the other way is the Wolfpack. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Jonathan Maldonado. The pick six.
We're back on Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet, as Nevada notches win number 1, taking down Sacramento State in Saturday's home opener. Shannon Kelly has our weekly one-on-one chat with head coach Jeff Choate.
Inside of Legacy Hall on this Sunday, joined with Nevada head football coach Jeff Choate after the Wolfpack's 20-17 comeback victory over Sacramento State. Jonathan Maldonado coming up, big hero with the pick six for you guys to win this one. But just after you watched some film on Saturday night, what stood out to you, good and bad?
I think it was kind of an interesting deal because, I don't know that the layperson watching this game would fully appreciate how physically dominant we were on both sides of the line of scrimmage. I mean, I know since in my time here, regardless of opponent, that is the most physically dominating performance that we put together on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And usually when that happens, the result is going to kind of take care of itself. But, you know, when you bog down in the red zone like we did, you turn the ball over twice in the red zone like we did, you give up some kind of gimmies on, like, you know, a roughing or running into the punter, or a fake punt and when they're backed up and it's 4th and forever, or, you know, letting your guard down and not running cover 2 when we're supposed to run cover 2 in a 2-minute defense. And so there was some focus lapses, I think, that will be a big part of my message to the team today. As I said, I was pleased with how we ran the ball. I was pleased with how physical we were. But, you know, we've got to be cleaner, and part of that is we've got to have better quarterback play if we're going to be able to be successful.
Just how disappointing was it to see, you know, that type of start at home, given how you guys played last week against Penn State?
Well, I mean, every game kind of takes on a life of its own. I knew what we were getting into with this game. I knew this was, I mean, they had blown this up. We'd gone down, so they have a huge camp in the summertime that's kind of a regional recruiting opportunity in June that's hosted at Sac State. And their coaching staff had told our coaches going into that camp that, hey, this is we got this one circled. This is our Super Bowl. This is a rivalry game for us, and we're treating it as such. And so, you know, I mean, they weren't going to go. They were going to go for it on every 4th down. They were going to run the double pass. They were going to have the fake, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know that we had the right. I mean, I did not sleep much on Friday night. I'll say that. You know, I kind of knew what was coming. I wasn't sure if our guys did. And I do think there was some performance anxiety for some of our players as well. And I think our quarterback in particular, that showed up. And so, you know, there's some things for us to work on. But I'm not going to apologize for winning a football game. And, you know, go ask Middle Tennessee how they felt about getting beat up on by Austin Peay. You know, you got to show up every Saturday. And it really doesn't matter. Go ask UNLV how they felt about escaping the Idaho State game week 1. At the end of the year, it's going to be a W in the column. And I think there's opportunities for us to coach these guys harder and grow from this experience.
You talked a lot this offseason about Jonathan Maldonado. You guys were expecting big things out of him, and he comes up big at the end of the game there. Just his presence on defense, what has he been able to bring to this team so far this season?
Well, I mean, his length has always been his biggest asset. Now it's how do you have explosive power with that length? And I think that the work that he's put in the weight room and taking advantage of the nutritional investments that we've made with this program have really elevated his game. But there's something that nobody else is talking about here. That wasn't thrown directly to him. That happened because team captain Thomas Whitty is hitting the quarterback's arm as he's throwing it. So, you know, people, you know, that it's not just John making the play. John made a great play. And he finished in the end zone, and it obviously was impactful. But without Thomas's contribution on that play, that doesn't happen.
What do you hope now your team could take from this experience, take from this game away, and build on now as you do go into next week?
We'll have their attention because they know, they kind of screwed around and gave a team momentum and gave them hope when really there shouldn't have been any. And I'm not saying that in any kind of way to be disrespectful towards Sacramento State and the effort that they put forth. But if you watch the tape and you don't look at the scoreboard, we are rolling those guys. And that was what was upsetting me, is all we got to do is just operate, do what we do, and get out of our own way, and we're going to have the ability to be really successful. And so, you know, there's some things that I think that we can build on. You know, I feel like we ran the ball very effectively. We've got to be more dynamic in the throw game. And some of that is getting through our progression and not just taking a look at one guy and taking off. You know, I mean, you know, it's a double-edged sword with Chuba sometimes because some of the things he does off schedule with his feet can create explosive plays. But you need to operate within the framework of the offense too. And so I think that's something that we've got to build on this week. I thought we put back-to-back really physical, disciplined performances together on defense. And there's some alignment things that we can do better. But I know this. You know, I've peeked ahead a little bit at Middle Tennessee. They're really good. Their D-line and their linebackers are really talented. And I know they've struggled a little bit to open the season, but and they've got a very experienced quarterback. So we'll be tested with them coming into town.
More than 20,000 in the stands yesterday at Mackey Stadium. What's your message to fans why they should come back out and watch your team again next week?
Well, you're going to get 4 quarters of entertainment. That's one of the reasons. And so I thought it was awesome. I mean, the weather, you know, picture perfect football day. You know, I thought we had a good crowd, and I think we put a good product out there, and I think it was an exciting brand of football. And I'm hopeful that we can continue to build on that. I mean, I've really appreciated the fans' energy, and the students were awesome yesterday. And hopefully they continue to bring the juice. It definitely helps.
Head coach Jeff Choate joining us here on Wolfpack All Access. Thanks so much for the time.
Next on Wolfpack All Access, he's running the ball and running out to get diapers. How Caleb Ramseur made it into Nevada's backfield and the growing family he's now playing for. Champion Chevrolet's Wolfpack All Access rolls on. I'm Mike Stephenson. Running back Caleb Ramseur is looking to finish his career on a high note, all while balancing more than most student athletes. Shannon Kelly shares his story.
Caleb Ramseur is used to beating the odds.
Just like in junior college, I wanted to go Division I. And people didn't think I could do that before I even got to junior college. When I went to Morehead State, my goal was to get on scholarship and get to a bigger level, and I did that.
After an injury-riddled 2024 season, the well-traveled running back is ready to make his final season at Nevada the best one yet.
Ramseier at the 20, inside 15, pirouette at the 10. Caleb Ramseur is into the end zone on a trick play on 4th down, and Nevada's within 1 with 6:14 to go in the second.
Setbacks test who you are, test how you can fight through things, and I'm just hoping that, during the season I can be as healthy as possible so I can show Nevada and the fans that I'm the truth.
Along with scouting opposing defenses, the Elk Grove, California native also juggles a different challenge off of the gridiron.
Football has always been an easy thing for me because I've always loved the game. Now, finding a way to love something else more than the game of football is a different challenge because I'm young. I've never done that before.
Ramseier is a dad to 2-year-old Yamaya and almost 2-month-old Chalia.
People think like, dang, how do you do it? I think it's not that bad. I think it's actually fun because it gives you another challenge.
While the dad of 2 may be growing up faster than some of his teammates, balancing football and fatherhood has helped him value the importance of time management.
My favorite thing about being a dad is being able to look and see a mini-me, seeing a kid that looks just like you, that you created, and also being able to show love to something other than yourself.
And Ramseier wouldn't still be running the rock without the support from his girlfriend, Isabella, who's been in his corner since their days at Butte College.
She's really the reason why I'm here. Even when we got here and I didn't have a scholarship, and I would train and she would record my reps so that I could see what I'm doing and to, get better. She's the reason why I've elevated. So I just want to thank her for that and everything she's done for me.
Now with a scholarship, degree, and 2 daughters, Ramseier wants to prove dad still has game.
I definitely think I have something to prove to myself. I already graduated last semester, so that's a plus. I already graduated with a baby, right? And that's something most people, think is too hard to do. Now I want to accomplish my goals on the football field as well as taking care of my children to the best of my ability.
For Wolfpack All Access, I'm Shannon Kelly.
Ramseur's road to this point is impressive. Junior college, Morehead State, then he came to Nevada as a walk-on, earned a scholarship ahead of last season, and he has since earned his bachelor's degree and is a first-generation college grad. All right, next on All Access, a trip to the Virginia Street Gym, where Nevada volleyball is hard at work. We'll hear from the new-look squad under second-year coach Shannon Wyckoff McNeil. But first, here's Chris Murray with This Week in Wolfpack History, brought to you by Bradley, Drendel, and Janae.
20 years ago, the Nevada football team's pistol offense was created. And like many great things, it wasn't an initial success. The Wolfpack lost its first game running the pistol, a 55-21 butt-whooping from Washington State. But the offense, created by Coach Chris Alt and his staff, eventually took over the football world. After its initial setback against Wazoo on September 9, 2005, Nevada's pistol offense soon began firing mortal wounds. That season, Nevada finished 15th in the nation in scoring offense while winning 9 games and a share of the WAC title, marking its first conference crown in 8 seasons. With further tweaks in the years to come, the pistol became an unstoppable offense engineered by quarterbacks Jeff Rowe, Colin Kaepernick, and Cody Fajardo. ushering 8 straight bowl berths for Nevada, several NCAA records, and cementing Alt as one of college football's foremost offensive geniuses.
Hi, this is Joe McFadden with Nevada Football, and I'm going to be answering 5 questions. It's tough. I don't really eat pregame. I would probably say like butter pasta and grilled chicken breast. I keep it incredibly normal because I don't want to upset my stomach before I go out there and kick. Probably Alaska. Whenever I was a sophomore in high school, my grandparents took us on an Alaskan cruise, and I thought it was just incredibly beautiful. Death Valley, Clemson. That is an awesome place to play a football game. Love country music, love house music, but I'd probably say country, yeah. Well, one thing I do before I go out there and kick, and I've done this forever, is I'll squirt a little bit of water in my mouth and I'll drink it, and then I'll squirt a little bit more and I kind of gurgle it and then spit it out. I don't know why I do that, but it's something that's become like a routine of mine, and I don't feel totally comfortable going out if I don't do that. So, yeah.
And we're back on Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. The Nevada volleyball team is out to exceed its preseason expectations in the second year under head coach Shannon Wyckoff McNeil. The Mountain West poll pitting the Wolfpack 10th out of 12 teams a year after it finished 11th. The Silver and Blue did start strong in 2024, winning 11 of its first 19 matches before dropping 10 of its final 11. There has been a bit of a roster makeover with just one starter back in fourth-year middle blocker Bella Snyder. The home court also undergoing a makeover in the form of a new TerraFlex playing surface. You couple that with new video boards installed last season, and there is serious momentum at the Virginia Street Gym.
It was a lot of new lessons learned, I think, for the first season. It was the Mountain West is a tough conference. And so just learning the opponents, learning the travel schedule, learning all of that was challenging in and of itself. And then add to that just new everything. So I think there were a lot of lessons learned, but really excited to go into this next season. We want to win a lot more than we did last year. And I think with the mentality and the fresh faces and the fresh attitudes going forward, it's going to be a fun time.
Being able to play the sport that I love with these girls, like, that's honestly the best gift. And if they like get to respect me and look up to me just as that like senior role, then yeah, it's an added bonus. But honestly, I'm just excited for the season to come and to play with these girls for my last time. Being on the road for probably 6 weeks or longer is always a grind. It's always like get on you and a little bit of wear and tear. So just to feel that home community and that home support is going to really do wonders for us, I think, even going down the line to starting conference play.
The Wolfpack spent the week at Kansas State, dropping a Thursday match to NC State before losing to the host team Wildcats on Friday, both via sweeps. Nevada takes its 1-4 record into Thursday's home opener when the Eastern Washington Eagles fly into VSG for a 6 o'clock start. Coming up, a look around the rest of Wolfpack land when Wolfpack All Access returns. We're back on Wolfpack All Access, checking in with Nevada soccer. The ladies making moves to Long Beach State for a Thursday battle, one going to the home team Sharks 6-0. It dropped Nevada to 1-3-1 this season. After a Sunday night tussle at California Baptist, the Wolfpack returns to Mackey Stadium Thursday, hosting Pacific at 7 o'clock. Nevada Cross Country boasted the Mountain West's Freshman of the Week, the honor going to Elijah Chavez, who finished 48th in his collegiate debut race at the USF Invitational in San Francisco. His 8K time of 25 minutes, 33.3 seconds was the 6th best by a freshman in the PAC's program history. As for next week, of course, don't forget we will have Nevada's Week 3 matchup with Middle Tennessee State live on Nevada Sportsnet. It'll start at 1:30 with our Wolfpack pregame show. But of course, the university would love to see you on site, and they are sweetening the deal by bringing back Beer Fest for a second year. $40 will get you a ticket to the game plus entry into Beer Fest, which includes a commemorative glass and unlimited complimentary samples between 11:30 and 1:30 ahead of that 2 o'clock kickoff. To buy tickets, head over to NevadaWolfpack.com. We end tonight on a somber note. Earlier this week, Bryan Samudio, a staple in the Northern Nevada sports community for some 30 years, died unexpectedly at 52. Samudio was the longtime sports director at News 4, a founding member of Nevada Sportsnet, and the first host of Wolfpack All Access in 2012. Our hearts are heavy and with his loved ones at this very difficult time. We have more on Bryan Samudio's career and impact at nevadasportsnet.com. We'll see you next week on Wolfpack All Access.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.